5 Best Thrillers on Peacock Right Now, July 2026, Knives Out and more. The best thrillers currently streaming aren't available on Netflix, HBO Max, or Hulu, they're on Peacock. At least that's true in July, but Peacock tends to lose titles more often than other streamers. That's why you should watch Peacock's best thrillers streaming right now, especially the hit 2019 mystery Knives Out, starring Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, and more. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is currently killing it in movie theaters, but you can watch one of the director's early features, the magician thriller The Prestige, on Peacock right now.
Flies and gnats invading your kitchen? Plug in the Zevo Flying Insect Trap to attract and catch flying pests with blue and UV light day and night. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/1 before it's gone.
Channing Tatum is still best known for his role in the epic Magic Mike male stripper trilogy, but he's almost unrecognizable as a Jeffrey Epstein-like creep in the ripped-from-the-headlines film Blink Twice. No one is better at solving mysteries than Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig. He's world-famous for a reason, and he always cracks the case. But his latest one could break that streak. Best-selling mystery author Harlan Thrami, Christopher Plummer, is found dead one morning with his throat slit. That surely means he was killed, right? But the police rule it a suicide and promptly close the case. Benoit thinks otherwise, but he's stumped as to who killed Harlan and the motive behind the murder. The list of suspects is long and colorful. At the top is Harlan's sleazy son-in-law Richard, Don Johnson, but spoiled grandson Hugh, Chris Evans, desperate daughter-in-law Joni, Toni Collette, and kind-hearted nurse Marta, Ana de Armas, could have easily done it. Benoit doesn't have too much time to solve the case as the killer seems ready to strike again. Hollywood doesn't make too many magic-centric thrillers, but in 2006 there were 2 of them. The excellent The Illusionist with Edward Norton and The Prestige with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. Robert Aguiar, Jackman, and Alfred Borden Bale are Victorian-era magicians who are obsessed with being the best at their craft. They are willing to go to extraordinary lengths to prove their supremacy, with Borden seemingly able to teleport himself from one place to another. Aguiar becomes determined to discover the secret behind his trick. But the more he discovers about Borden, the worse his life becomes until he's driven to commit an act that no magic trick can erase. Directed by the Odyssey's Christopher Nolan, The Prestige has a dense plot that's difficult to fully understand on first viewing. But it still weaves an intoxicating spell that blends magic and 19th century science in a movie that generates as much suspense as it does magic tricks. The talented cast includes Scarlett Johansson as a love-struck magician's assistant, Michael Caine as an older magician, and David Bowie as real-life inventor Nikola Tesla. When cocktail waitress Frida Naomi Aki and her friend Jess Alia Shawkat are invited to billionaire Slater King's Channing Tatum private island, they have no choice but to accept. After all, who could pass up a free trip to paradise? But even paradise has its drawbacks, and soon, Frida wants to leave. But when Jess goes missing, she's forced to figure out what happened to her friend and why Slater seems to be at the center of it. Is Jess paranoid, or is she in the middle of a conspiracy she can't escape from? If Blink Twice's premise sounds familiar, that's because it unintentionally mirrors the real-life scandal involving Jeffrey Epstein and his reported ties to the world's wealthy and elite class. First-time director Zoe Kravitz crafts an absorbing psychological thriller that uses an unreliable narrator, Frida, to guide you through a hidden society full of pleasures and hidden pitfalls. Channing Tatum has one of the best roles of his career as Slater King, a self-made tech billionaire who thinks money can buy anything, even Frida. Sophia Minor, Samara Weaving, is a pop star with a major problem. She has an obsessed fan, Paul Dewison, Ray Nicholson, who thinks they are in love. After an initial attempt to establish contact lands him in prison, Paul escapes and, with the help of fellow inmate Penny, Alba Baptiste, breaks into Sophia's mansion to profess his love for her. But Paul's best-laid plans come undone as Sophia teams up with a security guard, Eric Dane, eager for revenge to stop Paul's stalking once and for all. While Borderline's plot is a standard psycho-stalker story that Fatal Attraction perfected nearly 4 decades ago, what elevates the movie is the performances of the 2 leads. As Sophia, Weaving adds yet another formidable female to her scream queen resume, while Nicholson shows a talent for lunacy that he must have inherited from his famous father, Jack. He has a gift for playing men with madness that isn't too far off from The Shining's Jack Torrance. Before Christopher, Nolan made his name directing the Dark Knight trilogy. His calling card in Hollywood was Memento. For his first trick, Nolan shows audiences the ending of Memento before they realize what it means. Then he lets the story unfold in two parallel narratives before catching up with the conclusion. The film revolves around Leonard Shelby, Guy Pearce, a man who lost his wife and his ability to make new long-term memories due to a brutal attack. Now, Leonard's memories reset nearly every 10 minutes, and he's not sure if he can trust the people around him, including Natalie, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Teddy, Joe Pantoliano. Everyone seems to take advantage of Leonard's condition, including Leonard himself.